Nothing brings people together better than a good bad guy or a good enemy. And that is something that's one of the lines where somebody had said when the movie came out last year, they're like, is this like about present day? Did they go woke and add a bunch of commentary? It's like, no, that's been in the Broadway play since the 90s. Like it was true then, it's true now, and there's a lot of kind of social layers where there's just different things where uh, the government or people in power will make people the other so that they can subjugate them and then corral everybody else to be on their side.
Yeah.
Some of the examples I looked into, which in the Wicked, the others are like the animals, and they're corralling the animals and making the animals need to be in cages, and this is better for the ASEAN communities, and that way we can protect our resources, and we'll just take away the rights of this one small population so the rest of Oz can flourish. And Elphaba obviously has the green skin, and that's something she's like othered for a whole lot in the play. But in American culture, the 13th Amendment is one of the ways the government, when slavery got ended, they were like, but we were really used to having slaves. What if we make black codes and put regulations out there for black people and not white people, and then we can arrest them again? And then with the 13th Amendment, we can have them work legally for the prison system. And you're out on the sidewalk, but your foot was off though. I think that's loitering. I think no, that's vagrancy, I'm sure. And we're gonna have very broad vagrancy laws. And they got tons of chain gangs, and then they could do the leasing prisoners for profit, which our for-profit prison system's gotten only better since then.
This is a very interesting little theme you got going here. Nothing brings people together than a good bad guy. If you have a common enemy, the people unite.
And I had picked a few just random examples in history where our government has done that to different people and made, look at these slaves that are now just freeloading and not, doing whatever, and now we'll do the black codes, and now we'll just basically re-enslave them. And then in the 30s, after Prohibition ended, Harry Anslinger, he needed funding to keep the Department of Narcotics up, so he made a bunch of anti-Mexican propaganda about smoking weed and how it makes them violent and they want to rape white women. And then because he made so much propaganda against Mexicans, and Mexicans were already like a hot topic of people being racist towards them back then there ended up being a call to arms to stop all this weed smoking, dangerous, whatever. And they ended up making it a class 1 drug.
Yeah.
And the war on weed started in the 1930s.
You know what I think? You just mentioned a horrible manipulation of law to take advantage of blacks. Then you said this practically the same thing with Mexicans. I think I agree with your husband. You are trying to troll cast. You're trying to stir up drama.
I'm talking about how Wicked said the best way to get your people to corral underneath you is to give them a good enemy.
Yeah.
And times where our government said, see that minority? They're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Don't look. The common thing nowadays is...
Are you trying to start a revolt in America? What's wrong with you?
History is important, Eric.
We do need to learn from history. We do need to learn from our mistakes.
And then basically the same thing happened in the 80s with the crack epidemic. Crack was the poor man's cocaine. So lower like hippies and lower income people would do crack, and cocaine was really popular in the upper, whiter communities. So cocaine was, you might get probation if you got caught with cocaine, but you would get 2 to 10 years if you got caught with crack. And we all know how the for-profit prison system is amazing right now. And so now they have the statistic I saw earlier today that was from 2022 is incarcerated workers provide $9 billion annually in services and produce $2 billion in goods. And they see like 10 cents per hour for their commissary fund.
Wow.
So
Yeah. I would like for us to do a show and talk about prisons, the pros and cons. What do they cost, and what benefit do they have? How do you compare, contrast punishment versus protection of society, justice? Is that the best modern day punishment for felony crime? I think that'd be a good discussion.
I agree. That's something that I think we should talk about and kind of do in depth.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, word it in my head, we actually take grown adult human beings and lock them up in cages for years, like wild animals. It seems archaic. It seems barbaric. It seems close to stupid to me. It seems like there's a better way. I'd like to discuss it.
I agree.
Yeah.